Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop here at Rathbone Manor. Last time I was out at the car boot sale, I was going through boxes of tools and I found this little fellow here. I pulled it out and asked the guy, and I'm sure he said 50p. I'm sure it was 50p anyway, it could have been a pound, but it doesn't matter, whatever it was. And I just thought it was like a standard wrench like you see here. But when I got it home and started filming it for my video of the stuff I'd got that day, I noticed that it's actually made in a different manner. Normally these spanners are drop forged, as you can see here. The main body is solid, and it's the same with this very old King Dick here. This is an Abingdon. But look at this one, it's laminated. The main body of this thing is made of, it's even better on this side, different layers. My colleague in the machine shop at work seems to think this will have been probably flame cut. Maybe, possibly. You can see the lines in it going this way. Even the dynamic jaw, that too is laminated, and it's all riveted together. There are at least, as I can see so far, 2 rivets on the head, although there may be more. There's one just here, there's one just here. You have a rivet just there, and down the bottom here there's another rivet. But it's all rather grubby and filthy at the moment. It does actually work quite nicely. There we go. And it's fairly tight as well. I mean, there are a few dings to it, like just here on the jaw. Look. There are a few little dings, and it's definitely been used. And we have so look, TENT, this side, TENT Sheffield, and over here we have Richard and Brothers. But we do actually have somewhere on here a government mark in 1944. But we'll take a look at this lot later on, because what I really want to do is take it apart, because I'm curious as how they've threaded this, how they've threaded the dynamic jaw. So what I'll do is I'm going to take it apart and give it a scrub up, then we'll get it on the wire wheel, and then we'll have a much better look at it. Okay, so there are a couple of little sort of burrs here somebody's done to it. I'm going to try and dress those out with a hammer. There we go, look, you can see that one. It's also the same, that's quite a bad one just there, look. So let's see if we can't knock those out. Okay, so here we are, after attempting to dress out those burrs. Looked quite nice on the jaw here. Still a bit worn around the back, I think. But yep, this one here was quite bad. I've still got a big dink in there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of that. But it's a lot better, isn't it? Okay, so let's remind ourselves of what this interesting TENT adjustable spanner looked like before we started cleaning it. And it was well, it wasn't too bad a condition. A few dinks, a bit of rust on it, what have you. And let's just look at it now, shall we? Here we go. Now I've tried not to go too over the top with it, basically because I don't have the equipment to polish it thoroughly anyway. But I didn't want to go too mad on it anyway. I wanted it to remain some of its character here. But yeah, let's take a closer look at it. Okay, so here are a few very similar wrenches from my collection here, and all of these, maybe apart from this one here, but they're all drop forged. As you can see, they're all solid, quite heavy. This one will be the same. This is an old King Dick going back quite a bit. This thing here is just some sort of cheapo thing I've picked up. I believe this one's cast, to be honest with you. Looking at it, maybe might be cast, but it's not as nicely made as the others. So what makes this one different? Well, this one is laminated. It's made from several different layers of sheet steel, and that includes the dynamic jaw too. Look, even that's several different layers of steel, and they're all riveted together. You can see there's a rivet there. There'll be a rivet just here as well. You can just about see that rivet just there. Look, I believe there are 3 rivets in the dynamic jaw. One there, and one here somewhere. Can we see the other one? Yeah, about there somewhere is the other one. And there's also a rivet down the bottom here too, just about there, so I think you can just about make that one out. But there's definitely a rivet just there too. Now, if we take a closer look at the dynamic jaw on this Abingdon here, we can see that it is one forging, machined and threaded here, tidied up. So what's the dynamic jaw like on the TENT? Let's take a look. As we know, it is layered, 3 layers here, and this is the only bit that I think has been machined here, and that is the little threaded stud here, which is appears to have been welded into position. Welded into the end here, and looks like it's been ground over, or probably crimped, but it definitely looks like it's been maybe welded or really red hot crimped to the welded, most probably to the threaded bar here. Let us take a look at the inside of the main body here. This part has been machined too, as you can see. So there's only 2 parts that have been machined on this. The thread and the thumb wheel here. But let's take a look up the inside and see what it looks like. And as we can see, there's no machining in there at all. It's just these different layers of sheet steel riveted together to make the main body up, and that's all. I've taken this old wrench into work and showed it to a few of the guys, and they've all commented on how heavy this is, and it is fairly heavy wrench, despite the fact that it's made from umpteen layers. It is seriously heavy. What we ought to do, I think, is compare the weight with this Abingdon here, I think. Right, let's pop the Abingdon on the scales here. 557 grams, or £1 3 5/8 of an ounce. And here is the TENT, £1 4 ounces, or 566 grams. So it is that little bit heavier than the equivalent size Abingdon wrench here. I don't think there's a great deal of difference in the size of these things, not really. Now that I've cleaned it up, we can see the markings more clearer. TENT Sheffield. Over this side we have Richards, Brothers and Sons, again Sheffield, and down the bottom here somewhere, there we are, now we can see this quite a lot clearer. So you see the government issue broad arrow there, 1944, and then these numbers just here, which looks to me much like number 9/241 by the looks of things. So yeah, so it's made those a little bit clearer cleaning it up. I gently hammered out the burrs just here, so the jaws fit quite nicely actually. Look at that. Quite a nice fit. It's a little bit of at the corner there's a little bit of damage. Not bad at all really. And so you can see some of the rivets here. There's one, there's the other one just there. And I believe there are 3 in the dynamic jaw, 1, 2 and probably one in the middle there somewhere, which you can't quite see. What does it run like? And this is dry, it hasn't got any oil on it. And this is another thing that the guys at work commented on, is how smoothly and easily this thing runs. It's very nice. I suppose we ought to try it out on some contemporary nuts and bolts. Well, it gets hold of this M24 nylock nut very nicely. and it's quite comfortable to use too, to be honest with you. It's not got a lot of leverage on here like a modern wrench, but yes, look at that. Handles this M24 very nicely. Yep. Nice. God, wow. Not bad for an old one. What an interesting old wrench. Laminated wrench. I didn't notice this when I picked it out of the box full of the other tools at the car boot sale, because I didn't have my glasses on for a start. But yeah, I just thought it was quite interesting, and it had a name on it and the company that made it. I mean, I didn't notice that bit either because it's quite finely stamped in there, so I didn't notice that either. But it was just a, you know, a very nice looking wrench, and it's cleaned up very nicely too. So yeah, I think I paid, was it £1 maybe for this? £1 or 50p, one of the two anyway. So either way, quite a bargain and a very interesting purchase too. Okay, so I'm off to the car boot sale tomorrow morning, weather permitting. So far the weather looks nice, so hopefully I'll be able to go along to the boot sale tomorrow morning. I'm really looking forward to it as per usual. And I've got a few things in mind. One thing I am looking for is a 14-inch footprint wrench. The largest I have at the moment is this 12-incher. So I've been after a 14-incher for quite some time now. But what a beautiful old wrench. And what an interesting construction method too. Amazing. Obviously it's a cheaper way to make things. You don't need an expensive drop forge or casting or anything like that there. You just need to stamp out different, you know, designs of steel as we've seen, you know, nice flat one here and the ones inside which make up the interior of the body here. So they're all different stampings. My colleague in the machine shop at work seems to think this might have been riveted together and then flame cut, because you can see these rather uniform lines here. So he seems to think it was flame cut, riveted and then probably flame cut. And we can also see it's been ground over at the edges to give these nice bevels and to make it more comfortable to hold. You can see it's got 3 sheets in there, so whether it's been flame cut or there's just the grind marks, I don't know. But yes, what an interesting old wrench. Okay then, so keep an eye on the channel tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon sometime, because hopefully I'll be able to get to the car boot sale and find some more interesting tools for you guys to take a look at. But this one here, I'm really glad I picked this one up now. Wow, how interesting. I say it's got some character to it, like the it's obviously been laid in some water here, I guess, for some time, because it's really badly pitted and damaged there with rust. Little bits of rust here and there on the head, for instance. So unfortunately, you know, it's been left somewhere, particularly damp. This side obviously facing upwards. But what a very nice wrench. What an interesting construction too. Alright then everyone, I hope you enjoyed popping over to Rathbone Manor and taking a look at this tent by Richard's Brothers and Sons from 1941. Government issue. I wonder what it was issued to though. Well, I guess, well, we'll never know. I don't suppose. Might have been a vehicle. Could have been a weapon system of some description. I don't know. But yeah, a very interesting wrench all the same. Okay guys, thanks for popping over. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down the bottom. But I do tend to, I am a bit busy at the moment, so if I don't get back to you straight away, please have patience with me, because I am busy at work and it does sometimes take a little while to get back to you guys. Alright then guys, thanks for coming over, thanks for watching, and take care.
Ruff, ruff.